Hey everyone, welcome back to Cody Tarot. I'm your tarot reader, Cody. In today's reading, I'm going to be answering, today's going to be yes or no questions. So there's lots of groups to pick from, lots of options. So whatever your yes or no question is, that could be answered with a yes or no. We're going to be exploring that. These are going to be kind of quick to the point readings. These are not going to be that long, no matter what the length of this video says. These should be quick and to the point. I'm going to be pulling one card for each pile. So this is going to go pretty quick, to be honest. This is just kind of something fun I wanted to try, something different that I wanted to do. And I'm going to be only using a simple deck of playing cards to answer your questions. So yeah, let's get right into it. I'll show you the groups one by one. I'm actually not going to pick up the groups in this reading. I'm just going to point out the crystal. Actually, no, I'll pick up the groups. I can't decide anything these days. Okay, anyway, so let's start with group number one, which is the Shangaan Amethyst. It's group one. Group two is the Aragonite Star. It's group two. Group three is the Dreamcoat Lemurian. Group three. Group four is the Ocean Kyanite. It's group four. Group five is the Citrine. It's group five. Group six is the Celestite point. It's group six. Group, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Group 7 is the Mystery Quartz. So it looks kind of like an Elestial quartz, so I'll call it Mystery Elestial Quartz. Group 8 is the Black Tourmaline. So many crystals today. And group 9 is the Blue Kyanite. And last, we have this little twin quartz, 2 points here. Twin quartz, clear quartz is group 10. So think of your yes or no question. Once you've thought of your yes or no question, whatever crystal is popping out to you will be the crystal that is for your yes or no question. There's other ways to choose your pile that I would probably recommend in today's reading, actually. For example, like if you use a pendulum to pick your piles, do that. If you use tarot cards, like you have your own deck of tarot cards and you pull a tarot card for each pile to select what would be the best for your question, you could do that. Whatever way works for you to get the best reading is the way that works for you, right? That's going to be the way that you're going to get your reading. So everyone picks piles differently, really. So yeah, these are your options in front of you. The top row is 1 through 5. The bottom row is 6 through 10. And I'm going to let you pause the video here if you need more time to select your option. And remember, you can just, once you select your option, you just go down to the description box or the comment section, click on the timestamp to your corresponding group, and it fast forwards you to your reading. So without further ado, I'm going to start with group 1, the Shangaan Amethyst. Hey, group 1, this is if you picked the Shangaan Amethyst, this lovely amethyst stone here. Let's see. So let's get into your reading. So basically in today's reading, red cards are yeses, black cards are nos, and then what the number and the suit of the card is going to give more information to me about your question. So think of that yes or no question in your head right now. I'm going to do 3 shuffles, and then I will do, what's it called, a tarot shuffle, or what is it called? Side shuffle, right? Where you shuffle like this. Okay, let's get 1 card, red for yes, black for no, to group 1's yes or no question, and a little more details on the specifics of that question. Okay, so what is it going to be, a yes or a no? We have a yes. Okay, so this is specifically a yes answer to your question. With the 5 of Hearts here, it's interesting because this yes can deal with something about a big change coming up. So whatever this yes is, it means yes, you're going to get this, or yes, you're right in thinking about what's going on, and a big change is coming, right? Like there's going to be a big shift. And specifically with a heart card energy too, it could be a shift in relationships. But it's just in general going to be a big shift, a big change, something new coming in. I think you'll be surprised at how your life ends up from before you ask this question, but based on what you're asking, after this thing has passed, how your life is going to change after that. It's going to change pretty drastically. It's going to be 180 is coming to mind, like a total 180. But for some of you, it's just going to be something you're going to be transitioning into. For some of you, you're asking about if you are going to break up with someone or not, or if someone's the right person for you. And this is a yes, but a yes that's a change of heart, which just means that either if you're in a relationship and you're saying like, are we going to break up? The answer is yes, you're going to split because it represents a separation, because it's a change of heart, right? Because the 5 represents change, and the hearts represent emotions, love, feeling, people. If this is dealing with a job and you guys were asking about a job, this is going to be a change in personnel. So you might actually switch jobs, but the most important thing about this job that you're switching into will be a change in the people involved in the job. So you're going to have a totally different work team, totally different colleagues. You'll be working with totally different personalities than you used to be working with. I'm trying to think of other questions you guys could have asked, or just other responses I could have for this card. Basically, it's just a change. 5 of Hearts represents a change of heart, and I definitely think that this can represent actual people or circumstances. So if you're asking about any kind of relationship situation, this represents a change or transformation in that relationship. Now remember, this is a red card, so the answer to your question is yes. The supplemental information that I'm giving you after the yes is just adding on to your question, or adding on to little hints of what the yes is going to turn into, what the yes is going to manifest into, right? So yeah, your answer is yes. And yeah, thank you for letting me read for you today. It was an honor. I know these are really short, these are really quick, but I wanted to get on here and do little fun readings like this today because it's something different, and I rarely do yes or no answers to questions. And so I thought I would do that today. So thank you again so much for watching. If you like the video, please like or comment below. And with that said, we're going to move on to group 2 with the Aragonite star. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Hey group 2, if you picked the Aragonite star, here's the answer to your yes or no question. I'm going to shuffle the cards real quickly, do about like 3 or so shuffles, and then we will get into your answer to your yes or no question. Think about your yes or no question right now. Phrase it in such a way where the answer could be yes or no, and then I'm also going to give you some supplemental information about the yes or the no when it comes up. Okay, let's get a yes or no answer, with yes being the color red and no being the color black, to group 2's question. Group 2 has a question they need answered, and we're going to get a red for yes or a black for no. Okay. And your answer to your question is no. So yeah, the main thing that I'm saying is this: there's a no to your question. With the ace here, this can be a no because aces represent new beginnings or new ideas or new things coming into fruition. If this no is in response to something, if you're asking about something manifesting in your life and it's something you've been working on for a long time, the reason is it's a no is there's a new opportunity coming in, or there's a new job offer coming in. This can also be a new desire for some kind of work or prominence in some kind of work position, if that makes sense. So basically this could be a no, you're not going to get this thing, but there's going to be something new or different coming in that is going to give you what you need, as far as if it's a work question, basically. If this is a relationship question, this is a no because there is going to be a secret affair, secret fling, or secret feelings. I think you're going to start having secret feelings for someone or something. Or this is a no that's also saying that if you already are possessing secret feelings for a person, and this is a question about a relationship that's going to manifest, this is just saying that those secret feelings are not going to manifest into reality, if that makes sense. So it just means that, like, and this also could, the other description I applied earlier could also apply, where you could have a new project or job coming up that's going to take your mind off these secret feelings, these intense feelings. Also, for those in the spiritual world, this card has a spiritual connotation. It means transformation. The Ace of Spades can represent transformation. So honestly, if you guys are, how do I put this? If you're asking about any kind of question in general, the answer could be that a new spiritual mindset or a new spiritual topic or dealing with spiritual information is going to change your opinion about this answer, where you would maybe have wanted maybe having a no is not so bad of a thing, right? Maybe for some of you, a no was the answer you're looking for. Maybe you phrased your question away before this video where a no is what you wanted to hear, right? The rest of the information is just supplemental, everything that I gave afterwards. Other than that, your answer is a no. And with that said, we're going to move on to the next group. Thank you guys again so much for letting me read for you. I know this was a quick and a short one, but I had fun doing it. And if you guys like this reading, like or comment below. And with that said, we're going to move on to the Dreamcoat Lemurian next. And thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, group 3, this is if you picked the Dreamcoat Lemurian crystal right here. So let's get into your reading. Yes. So, your yes or no question. Let's shuffle the deck a few times. Today I'll be pulling red cards for yeses and black cards for nos. I'm only pulling one card in today's reading. We're just going to do a quick reading. I don't know what your questions are, so that's the thing. The supplemental information may or may not resonate with what you're going through with your question. But you will get a yes or no answer in today's reading to your question. So think of that question that you thought about when you chose this crystal today. Keep that question in your mind while I'm shuffling. And I'll do one more quick shuffle and then we will pull your answers. So let's see. For group 3's yes or no question, with red being yes and black being no, what is the answer to their question? Okay, we have a yes today. Okay, so you guys have a yes. Okay, so a king represents responsibility. So this is a yes, but you're gonna have to take responsibility. You're gonna have to put yourself in a leadership role. This also means getting your way by becoming the leader in the situation, if that makes sense. So you're gonna have to take charge. Kings take charge. With the diamond card here, there could be significant financial returns related to this question. So even if you're asking about a love question, or you're asking about a partner, or you're asking about someone you want to like fall in love with, or if you're asking about a person and the answer was yes, this is your person, this person's going to come with a significant amount of financial backing or money involved. Or you and this person are going to get into business together and start your own business. With the King of Diamonds here, taking charge is going to be very important. For most of you, this is a yes, but a yes that's like, as long as you take charge. And I see that you're going to have the gusto to take charge in this situation, you know? So if you're asking about a relationship, it might be that you have to step up and take the lead and ask this person out. And, you know, if you do that, it's going to be a yes. Yeah, King of Diamonds can be a card about like the businessman or someone who's mastered their own sense of business skills. So especially if you came to this reading and you were asking about a business related question or how far a business is going to go, I do see you mastering this business to the point of success where you're going to be very pleased with the results. Yeah, this just represents a take charge attitude, being in the leadership or driving seat in this situation with your question. But overall, those are just the little supplemental things I have for your question, little extra information if it applies to your question. The main point of this reading is that you have a yes for the crystal that you chose today, for your question that you chose. So if you guys like that reading, please like or comment below. And with that said, we're going to move on to the next group, group 4, with the Ocean Kyanite. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye. Hey, group 4, this is if you picked the Ocean Kyanite. I'm like lifting it up like that to the camera. Okay, so this is if you picked the Ocean Kyanite. Let's get into your reading. Today's reading, I'm going to be only shuffling a deck of playing cards. Red cards are yeses, black cards are nos. For this yes or no question we're going to answer today. I'm going to be giving some supplemental information depending on what card comes out. I'm going to be giving a little bit of information about the yes or no question. Not too much because I don't know what your specific question is. It's not like I pick a cards where I have a specific question we're answering. You know, it's like you guys could have any question and I wouldn't know what it is. So I'm going to give some supplemental information and hopefully it relates to your question. But yeah, the main point is getting the yes or the no to today's reading to see if it's a yes or a no. So shuffle one more time. I'll do some side shuffling and then we will pull your card. All right, so group 4's question. Is group 4's question with red being yes and black being no, yes or a no? Oh, this one wants to come out. 7 of hearts. Okay, great. This one kind of flipped out a little bit out of the deck. I think this is a destined message. So where the other groups are kind of asking a question, and you can think of like pulling tarot cards sometimes as like, how do I put this? If a card flips out of the deck, I take it as like significant or important, right? Like this could be an important question. With the 7 here, it's a red card. So your answer is a yes to your question. A little background information about your question or a little information to help you with this. This is a yes because you guys have learned to be unattached to the outcome, right? You've learned to let it go. This could be a yes of something that you're asking about that you're not that attached to. This could be a question that you're barely even considering or something like that, because honestly, I see you guys being very unattached to the outcome of what's happening here. So the answer is a yes, but as long as you remain unattached, right? The cool thing about this answer is I think that there could be a feeling of unconditional love when it comes to this question. There's a feeling of unconditional love here. And unattached love. I think that if you're asking about a relationship, if this relationship's going to work out in my favor, or if this is the right person for me, the answer is yes, because you both will be able to give each other a lot of space, right? It's not a codependent relationship. There's a lot of space here. There's unattached feelings. There's a feeling of independence between both parties. If you're asking about a job, right, this is the kind of job that works out in your favor because it's not one of those jobs where you take your feelings home with you after work, right? It's not one of those jobs where you go into the work environment and you have to deal with a whole bunch of people's bullshit and then you take that feeling home with you and you're like really attached and about to your job and you have emotional passions towards it, whether that's hate or love. I'm seeing if you're asking about a job, it's a yes, you're going to get the job, and you're going to have a very unattached attitude to this job. It's kind of like a job where you kind of just go in, you do your job, you get your paycheck, and you leave kind of pain-free, right? There's either one or two things that's going to happen with this job. It's either you're going to really find an unconditional love for this job, but at the same time, there could also be feelings of just not feeling attached to the job, right? Like you might get the job if this is a yes to a job question. You might get the job, but it might be a yes that's like an unattached kind of thing. If you're asking about leaving a job, it's saying yes, and it's saying the best way to leave this job is without emotional attachments. That means no jealousy, no hatred, no revengeful remarks towards people. It's suggesting that you leave this job in a peaceful way, unattached, free to be yourself, right? 7s can represent freedom, especially 7 of hearts, about being unattached to things. And so there's an element of this unattached component, love that is not dependent on approval or like either resources or dependent on rules. The love's not based on rules, basically. It's based on a freedom and an ability to give the other person space and let them be who they're going to be, right? That's kind of what the hearts represent, because hearts usually represent people, relationships, stuff like that. And 7s is a very spiritual number, so this is representing like detachment in a sense. So one of the cool things about this yes is all of those things, right? And just the fact that this is a yes, right? So I'm going to end your guys' reading there. If you guys like this reading, please like or comment. I told you guys they were going to be short. If you guys like this reading, you can like or comment below. And with that said, we're going to move on to the next group with the Citrine. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Hey, group 5, if you pick the Citrine. Felt like singing for you guys. My singing voice is not that good, especially on YouTube. I can sing a little bit better if I'm like in a performance setting, but that's a whole other story. Let's see. So let's shuffle these cards. In today's reading, I'm just drawing from a deck of playing cards, and red is going to be yes, black is going to be no. And I'm going to just do a few more shuffles and a little bit of a side shuffle, and then we'll get right into your reading. So, group number 5's question. Think of your yes or no question in your mind, and let's get right into it. So, group 5's yes or no question, with red being yes and black being no. Is their question a yes? Is the answer to their question a yes or a no? Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. 10 of hearts. Okay. You guys have a yes. Most of you are probably asking about fame or fortune, or if you're going to be popular or something like that. If you're not, don't worry, that this is still a yes to your question. The thing is with this question, it is an element of popularity or fame. 10 is the largest number, and hearts represent people. So what's the biggest thing you can have with people? It's fame, it's recognition, it's popularity, whether that's on social media, being a famous celebrity, whether you get really renowned for either your craft or your art. So if you're asking if something's going to be successful, this is definitely a yes, and you will have a following. Like, people will follow you. You will have recognition from groups of people. That's kind of the what this card is referring to. If you're asking about a relationship, right? Or here, honestly, if this is a very rare chance that someone's asking about this, but if you're asking, has my significant other been with many other partners? The answer is yes. They've been with tons of partners, because like I said, 10 means a lot. It's the biggest number, and hearts represent people. So they've been with tons of people to the point where they're famous for their lovemaking, right? So whatever your question is, this element is present in the answer. So you can kind of extrapolate it to your question. If you're asking about, trying to think of other things that this could apply to. If you're asking about anything going on with your family, like, will I have children one day? The answer is yes, you will have tons of children one day. You will have a huge family, big, huge family, because the 10 represents a lot. It represents a whole bunch of something, right? And so with the 10 of hearts here, you might have a whole big family, or your family members might become famous one day, or you might have famous children, something like that. If you're asking a question about like a child or something like that, will the child be successful? The answer is yes, they could possibly be famous one day, right? So this is indicating a little bit of fame, a little bit of recognition to whatever your question was that you asked. I see a little bit of renown. This is very much like the 6 of Wands energy, that's like that popularity, that recognition. I'm definitely seeing something dealing with being famous. In the smallest capacity of this card, it can represent like a party or a gathering, right? Where there's lots of people to celebrate something that you've done, right? So it could be just a lot of friends and family getting together for this kind of event or something like that. So if you're asking about an event or how an event will go, for example, if you're asking like how your birthday party will go or something like that, it's going to go really, really well. You'll have a lot of people there, and you'll be very famous amongst those people. You'll get to show off. People will be like worshiping your every move, right? That's kind of the vibe that we get here with the 10 of hearts. So, yeah, overall, whether the extra information applied to your reading or not, you do have a yes. And even if it doesn't, a 10 means a lot of something. So even if it doesn't have to relate to people, like I was saying with the heart energy, say you're asking about money, right? This could indicate like you will be getting a lot of money, and specifically a lot of money that will make you really famous. That means you might become rich and wealthy and then very popular because of your wealth, if you're asking about money, right? So this is a yes, because yeah, it's just a yes. This is a really good yes too. I'm really happy I got to deliver this news to you, because the 10 of hearts is a card of success. It's one of the most powerful numbers in the deck of playing cards as far as success and accomplishment goes. So I'm really happy I got to deliver this news to you. Yeah, if you guys like that reading, please like or comment below. And with that said, we're going to move on to group 6 with the Celestite. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Hey, group 6, this is if you picked the Celestite, this cool light blue stone. Good for communicating with your angels. Okay, so today's reading, we're going to be drawing from a deck of playing cards. Think of your yes or no question We're going to be pulling red cards for yeses and black cards for nos. So whatever your question is, think about it in your head, in your mind's eye. I'm going to be doing a few shuffles here, probably 3 to be exact. And then we'll do a little bit of a side shuffle thing, and then we'll pull the card. So this is going to be a pretty short reading, so keep that in mind. The red or black will be the yes or no information, and then I will be pulling some other supplemental information based on the suit and the number of the card. Okay, so let's see. For group 6's yes or no question, red being yes and black being no, what is the answer to their question? We have a yes. Okay, so another group got the 5 of hearts too. So your yes is basically like, it's a yes because there's going to be some kind of change of heart. That means that you're going to have a yes to this, and this can also, I'm feeling for you guys, this could indicate a trip of some kind or travel of some kind. But yeah, this is a yes that's a change of heart. This can indicate 5 people of some kind too, because hearts represent people. So it could be a yes and 5 people will be involved in the project or the situation that's going on. Yeah, because your answer, I wonder if I can remember what group also had the 5 of hearts. I can't remember what other group had the 5 of hearts, but you also have a 5 of hearts. So yeah, this is just mainly a yes. I think that, yeah, this is a yes based off of a change of heart. So basically the question or the answer to you're getting the yes because you had a change of heart. So if this is a relationship situation, the yes is because you changed your mind about a connection, right? And so because you changed your mind about this connection, it's going to be a yes. Or because you changed your thought process about this connection, you changed your heart and the way you feel about something, it's going to be a yes. If you're curious if you are going to get separated, or if you're asking a question about, am I going to be separated from my spouse? The answer is yes, and it's because you're going to have a change of heart, right? This means that it's going to feel like you're falling out of love with your person because your heart's going to change, right? You're not going to feel the same way you used to feel, right? Because 5s represent change and hearts represent people. This could also indicate if you're asking about a vacation or a trip, it's yes because you will be traveling, right? Or if you're asking about getting a new job or something like that, the answer could be yes, and it's going to be dealing with a change in the personnel and the work environment. So you'll be dealing with different people than you had at your other job. There'll be a total change of the emotional connections that you'll have. Also, this can indicate a job where you are traveling for work or something like that. Or if you got a yes for this and you're asking about a job, it could indicate getting a new job where you're traveling abroad or something like that. If you're asking about a trip in general, this can mean taking a trip, but meeting a lot of new and interesting people on that trip. The 5 of hearts also talks about meeting new people. So this can also be a situation where if you're asking about, will I meet someone soon, like a romantic partner, the answer is yes. And you'll be meeting them because you'll be exploring different options of people in your environment. That means you'll be meeting a whole bunch of new people. It won't be someone that you've already known. So if you're asking, will I meet someone soon? It's not going to be someone new. It's going to be someone very different. It's going to be someone that you haven't explored yet, or that you still need to go exploring to find this person, right? So that is your answer to your question. Yeah, if you guys like that reading, please like or comment below. And with that said, we're going to move on to the next group. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and we're moving on to group 7. Bye. Hey, group 7. So this is if you picked the Mystery Elestial Quartz. So today we're going to be answering your yes or no question. We're going to be pulling a playing card to answer that today. And yeah. Red's going to be yes, black's going to be no. So think of your question in your mind's eye. And as we shuffle these cards, think of that question. Okay, so for group 7's question, with red being yes and black being no, What is a good answer to their question? Is there what they're asking, is it going to be a yes or a no? Let's see what the answer is going to be. We have Ace of Diamonds. This is a red card, so your answer is a yes to your question. Let me give you some supplemental information about the Ace of Diamonds. So this is a yes, but this is a yes with a new beginning attached to it, right? This can also indicate a new way to make or earn money. This card can represent a new way to make or earn money. So if you're asking a relationship question, for example, it could be that at the time you're entering the relationship, you're also thinking about a new way to make money. This can also represent, if you're asking straight up about a job or a situation with your job, you could be getting a new job or a new desire to work in some other field or something like that. So if you're asking, is there going to be a change in my life soon? This can represent a new job or a new money-making venture of some kind. Ace of Diamonds, because diamonds are what we value, is kind of what we put, what are the treasures of life, like what we treasure, right? This can represent getting some new gift or a gift from someone. You know, it's like something that we value, like we could be receiving a gift from someone. So if you're asking about, you know, how will my anniversary go? It could be that your significant other is going to be giving you a gift on that special day. This can also be, for example, if you are in a work and you're asking about, will I get that promotion? This indicates that you might have to do some extra responsibilities on the job, but you're actually going to be getting your bonus, right? So this is yes with an attachment of money. If you're asking about, you just kind of have to apply this to your situation based on the question that you're asking. But basically, there's a feeling of something new or a new beginning starting because it's an ace. And with diamonds, this is something that you value. So there's going to be the new beginning of something that you truly value. So this could be a yes and as well, like a yes to your question. And then also with this comes some new birth of new way of valuing something or receiving something. All right, you guys, that was your reading for today. Thank you guys again so much for watching. If you like this reading, like or comment below. And with that said, we're going to move on to Group 8 with the Black Tourmaline. And thank you guys. Oh yeah, by the way, just to keep it clear, your guys' answer was a yes. The supplemental information, just extra information, may or may not apply to your question, but if it does, that's great. The main thing that you're getting, though, is a yes for your question. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Hey, Group 8, let's get into your question. This is if you picked the Black Tourmaline. My camera's a little fuzzy right now, so I don't know why it's doing that, to be honest. It never does that. Let's see what's going to happen. So this is going to be a yes or no question. Red's going to be yes. Black's going to be no. And let me get a few shuffles in here before we get into your question. Also, it might help to think of your question before the card is drawn. Give me your guys' energy before I pull this. Okay. Okay, so to Group 8's yes or no question, is it going to be a yes or is it going to be a no? Show me red for yes and show me black for no. Oh, we have the Joker. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so here's the thing. When the Joker comes up, I know I should have mentioned this in the beginning of the reading. When the Joker comes up, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure this is the black Joker because there's two. There's a colored Joker and then there's a black Joker. This Joker just means that the reading can't be answered or it's still to be determined. This can mean a few different things. This means that your free will plays a big part in this reading, that it's not just something that's going to be a yes or a no. That means that you have control over the answer. You have control on if you get this thing or not. It can also mean that the universe has some surprises in store for you. So this can also mean that it's like a maybe, right? Like the Joker can represent a maybe, or it can represent like a yes and a no. Like you might get half of your question answered, or you might get half of your question coming to you, like half of it's a yes and then the other half is a no. So especially if you asked a question that was very complicated or had many layers to it, this can just indicate that it might be best to separate your question and pick two other piles in this reading, right? To get your yes or your no. But the Joker is just this mystery card, right? When the Joker appears, it means stop reading. It means don't read anymore. It's not it's not good to answer this question, or the client shouldn't know what the answer is. So I'm sorry that you guys got this. I mean, it kind of sucks if you really wanted a yes or no answer, but I am feeling if your question was pretty simple and it wasn't too overcomplicated, I would say this is just an answer. This is the answer from the universe saying that we don't want you to know at this time, right? The universe doesn't want you to know. The universe wants you to hang tight. The universe wants you to sit tight. Knowing the answer would do you more harm than good. That's why the Joker's appearing, because they literally don't want you to know. This happens sometimes in readings. Like, we'll get information that it's like we're not supposed to know the full picture or the full story, and this is just what this answer is going to be for you guys if you pick the black tourmaline. So if you're group 8, sorry about that, you got the Joker card. If you really want to try again, you can ask your question again. Or if you were taught, if you were picking the black tourmaline and you were going back and forth between another pile for your question, I would go to the other pile to see what your answer would be as well. Because the Joker card is just saying that there's a little bit of mystery here. I feel like if you did pick the black tourmaline though, I would recommend not asking a different question for another pile and not the same one for this pile, because it's almost like this is the answer the universe wants to give you. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know if it's a yes or a no. They want it to be a mystery. Joker can indicate surprises, right? Joker kind of plays tricks. And so he's kind of like, you can think of it I kind of think of the Joker a little bit like the magician sometimes, or like a little bit of a trickster or a prankster. And so he likes to, it's not like you're going to get tricked. It's like you're going to be surprised is kind of the vibe that I'm getting, right? So I feel like the universe has some surprises in store, and they want them to be surprises. They want them to be just that, something that you don't know what's coming, right? So that's what you got for this group. Thank you guys again so much for watching. If you like this reading, please like or comment below. And with that said, we're going to move on to group 9 with the blue Kyanite. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Hey, group 9. This is if you picked the blue Kyanite. This will be your reading. So let's get on with it. Let's see here. Okay, so red is going to be yes, black is going to be no. As you know, in a suit of, like in the playing cards, there's 4 suits and 2 of them are red and 2 of them are black. So any of the black cards will be a no, any of the red cards will be a yes. And yeah, we'll get right into it. I'm going to shuffle a few more times, and then we'll pull cards for you. Think of your question right now and try to focus on it. And we will pull an answer for you guys shortly. So for group 9's question, what answer do they need to hear? What is the answer to their question? Is it red or is it black? Yes or no? We have black. Okay. So this is a no, and it's a no because the 7 of clubs can represent negative thinking, or it can represent, for example, if you're asking your question a positive context, which means that if you got a no answer, it's like a relief to you. You wanted to hear a no. This is basically saying that words of affirmation have been paying off for you. And using the spoken word to manifest your desires has been paying off, or using positive affirmations about yourself has been paying off. For others of you, if you were asking and you wanted to get a yes and you were hoping for a yes, but you actually got a no, this is just saying that there's a feeling of being too attached to the outcome, and the universe is not going to provide it, especially if you ask with a specific timeline in question, like, is this going to happen by this date? The answer is going to be a no. I think that also there's a situation here that you're being protected from, specifically gossip. So I feel like if you guys were wanting to get into a situation or wanting to date someone or something like that, you're being protected. It's a no because you're being protected from gossip. Someone was either, if you got into this situation, you got close to someone was going to talk shit about you or something like that, or tarnish your name or something like that. There's a feeling that there would be some information coming to light that would hurt you in that regard. Also, this is a card about negative thinking. It can just represent that there's a no because there's you have too many negative thoughts in your head to manifest this desire at this time, if that makes sense. So this thing is not coming through. For some of you, if you're asking about like if a person is right for you or if a relationship is right for you, it's a no because this person's too negative. This person has a negative way of thinking and they cannot shake their negative thoughts and it will ruin the relationship. So if you're asking about a person, if this is the right person for you, they're very negative, they're too negative for you and the universe is saying it's probably not going to work out. So that's why it's a no. They're just not the right vibe for you. It's also with a relationship kind of question, it can represent that someone's going to talk bad about you or the relationship could end in like verbal fights and stuff like that. For those of you who got a no and you're relieved, right? It's a no because you're on a spiritual path, right? There's a feeling that you're on a spiritual path and I feel like you guys truly believe in yourself now, and that's why this thing is a no, right? It's because you truly believe in yourself and you understand your own personal power, right? Also, if this is a no and it's a disappointing no as well, and you wanted a yes, this could also be for the same reason, right? It could be because you're so spiritually advanced that there's something different that the universe is pushing you towards now, instead of this thing that you were asking about, right? It's a no because you're on a spiritual path now, and there's like other things coming in play that are probably going to be better, or things that you wanted more than this thing that you got a no on today. So keep that in mind. It could be something that's totally different. Sevens can represent that. If you look at this card, it can represent like if you're in the middle of this card trying to go this way, your path is blocked, right? Say these are the path and that's the block. This way it's clear, right? So it's like this way it's open, this way it's blocked. So you can think of it that way. It's reorienting you in a different direction. That means it's a no because you're gonna go into a different direction with a better outcome. It's just a matter of letting go and detaching from the no, and something better is gonna come along. So keep that in mind. If you guys like today's reading, you can like or comment below. With that said, we're gonna move on to the last group, group 10 with the double clear quartz. And thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Hey, group 10, this is if you picked the twin clear quartz or the double clear quartz. Don't know what I'm going to call it in the description box or the comment section yet, but I'm going to call it one of those. Let's get into your reading. In today's reading, I'm pulling from a deck of playing cards, and red is going to be yes, black is going to be no. And with that said, just think of your question. And make sure it's a yes or no question. And we will be pulling your answer shortly. Today's readings are going to be short, just so you guys know. It's not going to be a long, drawn-out reading. Okay, so let's get into your reading. Is group 10's yes or no question going to be a yes or a no? Oh, and we have a no, right? This flipped out of the deck, so this is a hard no. With a 9 here, this means this is a no, and it's something that you have to let go of, right? There's something that is fading out of your life or that is ending. 9s represent completions or endings. So this is a no because something is ending. This could be if it's a positive no. For example, if the answer you wanted to hear was a no, this is a no because something in your life is ending and you will not be getting that thing you dread, right? So for example, if your question is, am I going to have to stay in this horrible job that doesn't make any money, and what's going to happen next? Like, I'm just going to live this way forever. The answer is no, because like things change and you're meant to let go of this thing, right? Because it's a clubs, it represents mindset. So you're meant to let go of a mental attitude or a mindset. This is a mindset shift situation. So it's a no because there's a feeling of letting go of a way of thinking or believing that's going to happen. For some of you who wanted a yes for this question, you were like hoping for a yes, but you're getting a no. There's going to be some major events coming up in your life coming up soon. And with the 9 of clubs here, you're going to be shifting your mental state significantly to the point where you're not even going to want this thing you wanted a yes on. To the point where you're going to be wanting entirely different things completely. With the 9 of clubs, this is a card of enlightenment as well, because it represents letting go of thoughts, and that can create a feeling of enlightenment. So it's a very highly spiritual card. And I really think that it's a blessing in disguise, right? So this no is definitely a blessing in disguise. For those of you who wanted a no, This is definitely something that is in your highest path. I think that the yes is coming through. That means, like, especially if you're asking a yes or no question about, like, will I have to keep doing this name said dull material thing, right? Or name said, like, material thing that's hurting you. I'm getting a strong vibe for this group. Like, there's a devil energy here, like something you need to remove from your life that's been hurting you, and that it's time to wrap this up and come to its conclusion. Now, you don't have to force it. Sometimes these things end of their own accord, especially if a 9 comes up. It can kind of end of its own accord. It'll end no matter what. And it's just indicating that usually what's ending is a mindset shift. So say your question was about a job, like, am I gonna leave this job or leave this relationship? You'll probably end those things and leave them behind for good in your life. The only thing is, it's only happening because of a mindset shift. So that means you're learning to leave behind certain thoughts, certain opinions, certain beliefs. And because that's associated with your question, that's why it's a no. So I hope you guys enjoyed that reading today. You can like or comment below if you did. And with that said, I will see you in the next pick a card. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.